So, good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, class, before we start, let us pray first. Miss Gabaon, kindly read the prayer.
Okay, tayo po yumuko at tumikit. Panginoong Diyos, pinupuri ka po namin, pinapasalamatan sa araw na ito. Kayo na po ang bahala sa maghapon na ito. Ito po ang aming samot dalangin sa matamis sa pangalan ni Jesus. Amen.
Amen. So,
Amen.
thank you, Miss Gabaon. So, once again, good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So, before we proceed, allow me to introduce myself first. I am Ma'am Jessa G. Mencigos, but you can call me Ma'am Jess or Ma'am Mencigos. So, let me check your attendance first. So, may I ask everyone to open your camera and I take a screenshot. So, in 1, 2, 3, smile. Another one. 1, 2, 3, smile. So, class, before we start, I have a simple reminders. So, first one, be on time. Second one, always turn on your camera. Third one, unmute your microphone unless if you are asked or you have some question. Next is if you have some question, just say permission to speak, ma'am. And lastly, be attentive and must participate. Is that clear, class?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay, class, before we proceed to our next topic, let's have a short review about our topic class meeting. So let's have an activity. So our activity for today is called 4 pics and 1 word. So are you ready, class?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So let's start. So next slide po. So based on the first picture, what do you think is the correct answer? Anyone or any volunteer?
Permission to answer, ma'am.
Go ahead, Mr. Flores.
I think it is a vegetable.
So let us see if your answer is correct. Okay, very good. So next one. So in the second picture, what do you think is the correct answer? Anyone?
Permission to speak po, ma'am.
Go ahead, Miss Gabaon.
Fruits po.
So let us see if your answer is correct. Okay, thank you. Okay, very good. So next picture. So in the third picture, what do you think is the correct answer?
Permission to answer, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Flores, go ahead.
I think it is a grains.
So let us see if your answer is correct. Okay, very good. So class, I know you are already familiar what was our topic last meeting. So once again, what is our topic last meeting? Yes, Miss Gabaon.
Nutritional guidelines.
So Miss Gabaon is right. So our topic last meeting is about the nutritional guidelines. So now let us move on to our discussion. But before that, let us watch a video first. So this video is related to our topic for today. And after I presented the video, I have some question regarding in this video. Is that clear, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let us watch a video.
Know that 4 out of 5 kids kulang sa iron. 1, 10, baka may is very clear. Kung siya sakit, di ko papatablay. Walang ganan. Kahit bago, nag-office tayo. At pagdating sa klaro, di siya makafocus. Di talaga siya araw-araw. May mali, mali. So, ay di ba araw? Kahit ang natin ang nutrient deficiency.
Okay, class. Okay, class, based on the video presented, what do you think is our topic for today? Yes,
Permission to
Mr.
answer, ma'am.
Flores, go ahead.
I think it's all about the macronutrients and micronutrients, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So, for next question, based on your ideas, what is the difference between macronutrients and micronutrients? Yes, Miss Gabaon, state your answer.
Permission to speak, ma'am.
Go ahead, Miss Gabaon.
When we say macronutrients, it is a nutrients that people regularly require in a large amount of foods, while the micronutrients, it is required in small quantity of water.
So, okay, thank you, class. So, all your answer is correct. So, now let us proceed to our discussion. So, our topic for today is about the macronutrients and micronutrients. Next slide po. So, for our objectives, so at the end of the discussion, the students should be able to first define the micronutrients and macronutrients. Second one, explain the different types of macronutrients and micronutrients. And last, appreciate the benefits of macronutrients and micronutrients to our body. Okay, class, before we start our discussion, I will remind you about our recitation. So I will list down the names of those students who will participate. So the students will participate. I will receive 5 points on their performance. Is that clear, class?
Dear ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so next slide po. So first one, we have macronutrients. So Mr. Flores, can you please read?
Macronutrients. It is the nutrients which are essential in large quantities as our body cannot produce by itself. These macronutrients providing energy and support the different metabolic system, growth, and development of the body.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Flores. So it means macronutrients are the nutrients that people regularly require in a large quantities to provide their body with energy to perform bodily function and daily activities. So now let us proceed to the 3 types of macronutrients. So first one, we have carbohydrates. So anyone who wants to read?
Ma'am,
Ma'am.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Flores.
carbohydrates or carbs are the body's primary fuel. They provide energy for your muscles and the central nervous system during movement and exercise.
Okay, thank you. So it means all carbohydrates are eventually broken in the glucose. So which means the main energy source of our body. So in fact, the specific organs such as our body need to glucose in order to function properly. So in addition, carbohydrates are important for our muscle contraction during the intense exercise and even at the rest exercise. So carbohydrates will enable our body to perform in a vital function such as our maintaining body temperature, keeping the heart beating, and digesting food. So that is all the importance of carbohydrates. So next. So protein. So protein is essential to many processes in the body. It provides the structure to the tissues. So protein will allow your body to grow, to build and repair tissues, so and protect lead body mass of our muscle mass. So protein also composed of amino acid. So when we say amino acid, it is a building blocks to protein. So there are two types of amino acid, which is the non-essential and essential. So when we say non-essential amino acid, it is not required rather to consume through the diet, while the essential amino acid, it is required through your diet. So is that clear, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
in addition, essential amino acid can either be used under some cases. They are transformed into non-essential amino acid. So when we say protein, it is rich include meats, poultry, fish, egg, milk, or other types of animal byproducts food. So these protein sources contain all the essentials of amino acid. So it is not mean if you eat animal foods you are already healthy. No, you can get also the proper amino acid from eating a variety of plant protein sources, like for example beans, lentils, nuts, seeds, and sauce, as well as the lower amounts of grains or vegetable and fruits. And the third one, we have fat. So once again, can you please read Miss Gabaon?
Fat is so vital for the body as an energy reserve for insulation and protection of your organs and for absorption and transport of fat-soluble vitamins.
So when we say fat, it means it allows you to store energy, fusion organ, make a certain hormones, absorb fat soluble vitamins, and also they help us your cell membrane. So there are three different types of fats. So first one, we have trans fat. So when we say trans fat, it will including margarine, shortening bake, and foods and dough. So second is saturated fat. So in saturated fat, it is a large amount of saturated fat that can be increased cholesterol levels, and it increase your risk for heart disease because of the vitamin intake of saturated fat. So next one is the unsaturated fat. So when we say unsaturated fat, it is the also healthy fats originated from plant sources, such as avocado, nuts, seeds, and etc. So is that clear, class? So do you have any question or clarification regarding in the micronutrients and their types?
None, ma'am.
None, ma'am.
Okay, if you don't have any question, let us proceed to the micronutrients. So Ms. Gabaon, will you read?
Micronutrients. It is nutrients which we are required in very small quantities and mainly responsible for repairing damaged cells and tissues, prevention of infectious diseases.
So thank you, Ms. Gabaon. So micronutrients are one of the major groups of nutrients that your body needs. They include vitamins and minerals. So when we say vitamins and minerals, it is a vital for growth, immune function, brain development, and many other important functions, depending on their function. And in the certain micronutrients that have a role in preventing and fighting disease. So class, are we clear in the what is the micronutrients?
Yes, ma'am.
So let us proceed the type and functions of micronutrients. So first one, we have water-soluble vitamins. So water-soluble vitamins, this is the vitamins can be dissolved in water. So when we say water-soluble vitamins, this is the vitamin that can dissolve in the water. Like for example, vitamin B1. So what is the purpose of vitamin B1? So in vitamin B1, it helps to us to convert nutrients into energy. Next is the vitamin B2. So what is the purpose of vitamin B2? So it is necessary for energy production, cell functions, and fat metabolism. And next is vitamin B3. So what is the purpose of vitamin B3? So it drives the productions of energy from food. And last is vitamin B6. So it helps your body to release sugar from stored carbohydrates. And lastly, is vitamin B12. So when we say vitamin B12, what is the purpose of vitamin B12? So the purpose of vitamin B12, it helps your brain to properly function. So next, second one is fat-soluble vitamins. So fat-soluble vitamins, this is the vitamins do not dissolve in water. These are they stored in the liver and fatty tissues for future use. So it is the opposite of water-soluble vitamins. It is not dissolved in the water. So like for example is the vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and the vitamin K. So next slide. So the third one is the macrominerals. So who wants to read?
Ma'am, permission po.
Go ahead, Mr. Flores.
So macrominerals, these are required in higher amounts as compared to the trace minerals.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Flores. So when we say macrominerals, it is needed in a large amount than the trace minerals in order to perform their specific roles in your body. So I have an example here to better understand. So as you can see in the picture, so we have also the calcium. So what is the purpose of calcium? So it is necessary for proper structure and functions of bones and teeth. So it assists your muscle function and blood vessel contractions. So next one is phosphorus. So phosphorus, it is part of bone and cell membrane structure. Next one is the magnesium. So when we say magnesium, it is assists with the over 300 enzyme reaction, including regulation and blood pressure. And lastly is the sodium. So when we say sodium, it is include fluid balance and maintenance of blood pressure. In addition, we have also the chloride. So when we say chloride, so the purpose of chloride to our body, it is also help you to maintain your fluid balance. So next one is the potassium. So potassium, it is maintain your fluid status in cell. And lastly is the sulfur. So the sulfur is a part of our everyday living in tissues. So next we have also the trace minerals. Next slide po. Okay, thank you. So trace minerals. These are the required in a very small amount but perform various important functions in our body. So as you can see in the picture, we need to include other minerals like for example, iron, manganese, copper, zinc, selenium, and etc. that under that mineral. So trace minerals also are critical for our muscle health. Why? Because nervous system is the function and repairing damage to cell because of the amount of mineral that included. So class, do you have any question or clarification regarding to our discussion?
None, ma'am.
So if you don't have any question, let us proceed to our activity. Since you are already familiar on the different types of macronutrients and micronutrients, so this activity is all you need to do is arrange the words based on their types. So you can comment in the comment chat box. So the students who will get the highest score or correct answer will give you a 5 points in your performance. Is that clear, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next slide po. Sa chat box po. I'll give you 5 minutes to answer those questions. Okay, thank you for those students will participate. So once again, class, what is the difference between the macronutrients and micronutrients? Anyone or any volunteer?
Permission to speak, ma'am.
Go ahead, Miss Gabaon.
When we say macronutrients, it is a nutrients that people regularly require in large amount of foods, while micronutrients is required in small quantity of waters.
Okay, thank you, Miss Gabaon. So next question. Next slide po. So for the next question, what is the different types of macronutrients and micronutrients? Anyone from the group or any volunteer?
Permission to speak, ma'am.
Permission po.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Reynald.
Okay, these are the carbohydrates, protein, and fats.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Reynald. So class, all your answer is correct. Next slide po. So for in addition, we have also another activity. So in a piece of paper, answer the following questions. So first one, why it is important to know the difference between macronutrients and micronutrients? Also, you need to justify your answer. Second one is, what do you think is the benefits of macronutrients and micronutrients to our body? So you need to upload your activity in our FB group. So I already uploaded the questions in our FB group. So all you need to do, class, you need to comment your answer. Is that clear, class?
Yes,
Here,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
None, ma'am.
Okay, let us proceed to your assignment. So for your assignment, kindly read Mr. Flores.
Assignment, search about the healthy and unhealthy foods. And next meeting, we will discuss about it.
So, okay, thank you, Mr. Flores. So later or next meeting, we will have another topic, which is the unhealthy and healthy foods. So do you have any clarification or any violent reaction, class?
None,
None,
ma'am.
ma'am. None, ma'am.
So if you don't have any question or clarifications, that's all for today. I hope you learned something, and goodbye, class.
Goodbye, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, class.